station when we come to a stop is we're going to need somebody who will work with Jill on the Hero platform, somebody who's willing to do a little bit of heavy lifting and help run this machine, lift things in and out of the water. That person will need to wear a life vest because they're going to stand out there in that platform. So is there somebody who wants to take and be the hero? You're the one. All right. So
Slip it on there, big guy.
Yep.
Dangers.
Everybody else, we're going to be doing a lot of the other outdoor tests, okay? So a lot of these tests are going to revolve around this black and white pattern. Anybody ever seen one of these before? This thing is called a Secchi disc, named after some guy named Secchi who invented it. And it's a black and white pattern in lakes. We always use one this size. In the ocean, we use one that's a little bit bigger. This is a standardized device. And what we do is we lower this into the water until we can no longer see it. In crystal clear water, this rope is not long enough. Okay? This rope's about 3 meters long. Last summer in Lake Michigan, there were times where we would lower this thing 13 meters and could still see it. It was crazy water clarity last summer. Today it doesn't look quite that clear to me. But we lower this in until we can no longer see it. Then we measure that. Now we're not going to use this rope because it's not long enough. We have a different one of these mounted up on the side of the boat. I'll take a few of you up there and we'll use the downrigger to get the Secchi reading. But we'll lower this in and then get that reading. Then we'll bring it up halfway. However deep it goes, we'll bring it halfway to the surface, and we're going to use the white part of the disc as a background. Have you ever tried to determine what color a glass of water is? Maybe you had a glass of Kool-Aid and you rinse it out and you hold it up, and if you hold it to a white background, you can see, oh, look at that, it's still tinted a little bit red. But if you have it against the, if you hold it in your hands, you can't see the red, but with the white background, you can. We're going to try and get the color of the lake water using this white area as a background. And what we're going to do for that is we're going to use something called a Farrell-Ewell color scale, which numbers these little glass vials, which are set colors, and there's researchers all across the world have these same tubes labeled with the same numbers, and we use them. So what we'll do is this will be down in the water, so it'll be tinted this kind of greenish color, greenish brown, and we're going to hold this and slide it back and forth and say, okay, does it look mostly like a 15 or a 12, or is 21 the closest color? And we'll use that as the background. We can't really do it straight off the edge of the boat because it's just not consistent, okay? We need to use the white background to keep consistent readings day by day by day so that we can track changes in water color. This same black and white pattern is also going to be utilized to help us determine how cloudy the water is and how much plankton is in the water. Because what we've done is we've painted that black and white pattern onto the bottom of some of these tubes. So we have this tube here. You look down this tube, as I aim it at you, look down the tube, and you will see, I'll leave your phone at it, you'll see that black and white pattern painted on the bottom of the tube, all right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna toss this bucket over. This is actually Muskegon water. We're going to toss that bucket over, pull it up, and we're going to use these beakers to pour water into this tube. And we're going to pour the water in, and we're going to see how high up the tube does it go before we lose the Secchi disc. If the water has high turbidity, if it has a lot of crud in it, we're going to lose the pattern with very little water. If the water is crystal clear, we can fill it all the way up and still see the pattern at the bottom. And that would be low turbidity. Similarly, we're going to use this device to look at the plankton density. We have this thing here, which we hook to the davit. Our hero will help with this. That'll go down into the water, and they'll bring it back up, and this comes through the water, and it funnels up and concentrates at the bottom a bunch of plankton. We get something that looks like a green milkshake comes out of that, and we will take that green milkshake, which is a concentrated mass of plankton, pour it into here, and see again how deep does it go before we lose the pattern, okay? And that'll give us our plankton density. If there's a lot of plankton, we don't get very much depth before we lose the pattern. If that's very little plankton, it'll go up quite a bit. I can tell you right now, it looks like there's a lot of plankton in the water, okay? And this is rare. Last year, this time, we didn't see anywhere near this much plankton in the water. Now we see gobs of it, which is the earliest we've seen as much plankton as we've seen. So we'll talk more about that at the end of the trip. Like before, like you did inside, we'll have these little cards for you to record data on. And there are instructions written on the clipboard and a place to record the data. Like inside, depending on which station you're at, we do ask you to do multiple readings and get an average. Then you're going to determine O, M, and E. Does that make sense? So I'm going to need a group of probably 4 or 5 of you working over here with Mr. Meachuk to help get these samples. And then some of you are going to go up the side of the boat with me to get the second disc and the Ferrell-Yule color scale. Before we do that, though, I do need to sign a data master. So the data master is somebody who's going to go around to all of the various groups and get their data and record it and then bring it into the board where you guys remember where you wrote your dissolved oxygen and all that stuff in there? The data master is going to be the person who gets that stuff from the outside and brings it in. Does that kind of make sense? That person's also going to have to learn how to read a couple of meters on the wall to get an idea of what the latitude, longitude, things like that are. Does somebody want to take responsibility to be our data master? The nice thing about being data master is you get to see all the jobs. You get to be a part of every group. There you go, data master. All right, so at this point we are on station, I believe. Yep, we're on station. So if I can have about 5 of you move to the back with Mr. Nemchek.
Why not?
Close enough.
You coming with or not?
Nemchek?
So
So close.
Yeah, come on, Tony.
Nemchesky back there, and then I'll have the rest of you come up the side with me. So, who's going where? All right, so I need 4 or 5 of you to stay back here. And
Come on, Tony.
hey, Meryl, can you get our data master?
Yeah.
There should be a clipboard there. Can you go grab it?
Yeah, sure.
You're supposed to do it in shade. Then fill it up.
Okay. So what we're going to do, this thing gets, we just do 1 turn, half a turn, and then we just grab this and force it to go down. When we're going to bring it up, we take this, bring it up. For loosening it, we only, nope, not that clipboard, just a little bitty clipboard.
Okay.
It should say second disc on it.
Okay. Little clipboard. No. Where is this little clipboard? Place, yeah, it is. Is it this one? Is this one? Oh, there. Okay. Found it.
Okay, so go ahead and lower this.
Yeah.
And you tell her when to stop. We no longer see this. This is already moved. I'll call off the measurements as it goes. Okay, touching the water. We're at half a meter, 1 meter. Oops,
Oh,
you're
alright.
gonna drive the downrigger.
Hold on.
So just grab this and lower.
Oh, there.
You're recording everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Other way.
Oh, other way.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, there.
Okay, so, and then you watch him. Tell us when to stop. Okay, so keep going. That's half a meter. That's 1.5.
Now stop.
2. Call it 2.
Call it 2.
Two.
So where do I put it?
Just put it in, like, make another spot for it. Now, when we go to the back, get a calculator, and we're going to average them, but obviously you're averaging 4 numbers, not 3.
Yeah.
So don't divide by 3. You know what to do. You guys can move to the back. In that big black tub, there'll be a calculator.
Okay.
Go ahead and find that, and I'll be... Oh, wait a minute. You got to do the color scale. Flip that clipboard over. Forgot about this.
Oh.
So I got to lower this in 1 meter. Oh, shoot.
Was this the color scale or is it?
Oh. Did
Yep,
it
this
start?
is the color scale. So what we're going to do now, here's the thing. I'm going to hold this because this is irreplaceable. And the numbers are going to be upside down.
Okay.
You see that?
Yep.
But I'm going to hold this, and what you're going to need to do is I'm going to hold this here. You're going to need to lean over and figure out which color best matches.
Alright.
And in order to do that, you're going to need to grab this and move it because I don't know where's the best place for you to see it.
Okay.
You drive it where you want it, and I'll hold it there. And then
I'd
tell
say
her the number you like best.
I would have to say here and 17.
17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay, now you move down and I'll do the next person and you do the same thing. Figure out where you want it, which color you like best.
That window got me. Oh, that's not nice.
Okay, down to 18. And next.
Oh, my phone's at 12. Should have brought my charger.
Okay, and then we'll get your opinion on this too. Grab this and drag it around wherever you want. Just like hold it so you can like compare which one you like best. So that it lines up for you. Yeah, like so which one of these, so you see the white part of the second disc? Which one of these is the best match? Okay, have her write down the 17.
17
And
where?
now you guys can go to the back and find a calculator.
Okay.
Wait, where would I write the 17
Just write it
at?
under
Just
the
underneath
other.
there. And then you're going to average 4 numbers together instead of 3.
Oh, there.